Mr. Bolaji Uthman, please. The chairman, please.
My most distinguished senior colleague, Alhaji Akinlade, Miss Macaulay, standing in for our brother, Mr. Anishola Adishimoti Macaulay, my colleagues, gentlemen of the executive members of the NJ Chapel, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. With great humility and respect, you are welcome our most distinguished guest of honor and other special guests to the grand finale of the 1992 First Week of the NJ Chapel of the Lagos State Bureau of Information, Tourism and Culture. No doubt, my professional colleagues, you agree with me that First Week celebrations are annual customary event of self-assessment and improvement of professional expertise of active councils and chapels of the Nigerian Union of Journalists. The 1992 First Week, the first to be organized by this chapel over a decade, is thus designed to bring press and public attention on the activities of the chapel as well as the activities of state and local government in the dissemination of information about government plans and programs. The organization of this award night is one of the major highlights of the celebration and is aimed at our determination to professionalize our training as well as honor deserving persons who have shown remarkable excellence in the performance of their official functions. It is also an opportunity for us to recognize corporate bodies, organizations, institutions, as well as governments at various levels for their contribution to the mobilization of citizenry as well as information of the public. Prince Ademola Adeniji is a clear testimony of the tremendous goodwill and support we will enjoy from the Lagos State government and the local government in Lagos. We are organized in the course of the press week. Our press dialogue was organized for top functionaries of the Lagos State government, i.e. Honorable Commissioners and Directors General, and it is hoped that in the first week of 1993, a similar dialogue will be organized for local government, the level of performance of our local government. We have no doubt, however, that Lagos State local government have excelled in their activities, having placed the trade in the establishment of mass transit and other programs designed to ameliorate the sufferings of the grand finale of our week-long press dialogue, which started from October 9 and ended on October 23rd. The idea of the dialogue stems from the right of the people to know and the obligation trusted on the press by government. The forum thus reflects our resolve to our state government have a feedback on the very senior directors, our recipients, and other members here are destined to appeal to chairmen of local government to actively support the holding of our awards and gala night, not only tonight but in subsequent gala night. The ceremony, which is the grand finale of our first week, is going to feature the investiture of some top functionaries of the government as patrons and matrons. Equally, tonight's ceremony is also going to witness and the launching of the 5 million trust fund, which is designed to assist in improving professionalism as well as the welfare of journalists in the state and local governments. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for listening and welcome.
Of this bureau that you are clapping for with a welcome address like that. Yes, I've now changed my mind. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, that is the chairman of this chapel, Mr. Bolaji Uthman, delivering his welcome address. So far, shortly, he has told us some of the major highlights that we are going to come across during the course of this awards ceremony. Also, he has stated briefly some of the major achievements that have been achieved as set goals by this present administration. Our ultimate aim is to ensure that Lagos State indeed excel. So, having listened to that brief welcome address, ladies and gentlemen, it's now going to be menu while we listen to entertaining music by the police band. Thank you.
I'm I'm a brother, didn't you let me somebody wanna company. That's a good smart wanna. I'm feeling you in
Lagos Island local government, Prince Charlie Ademola Adenitila, the representative of the Lekki local government. My acquired Chief Information Officer for Lagos State, Alhaji Akínbádé, the Assistant Director, Press and Public Relations Department, Bureau of Information, Mr. Oshodi Glover, the Chief Information Officer, Bureau of Information, Mr. Ogunbolaji. My dear madam, at the end of that table there, sorry for not recognizing your name. The lady in the purple head here and the lady in green. The Assistant Chief Information Officer, Mrs. Nancy, and the Press Secretary to the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Shina Obiobona, my professional colleagues having their menu over there. The policemen who have been entertaining us this evening. Then the officers of the Bureau of Information and the president covering today's assignment. It is indeed a pride for me to stand before this august gathering to propose the toast of Lagos State Bureau of Information Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Lagos State Council Chapter. Proudly but humbly, I confirm that the chapel is a darling of other chapels in Lagos State Council. Members and its dynamism. The chapel was inaugurated in 1980 during the tenure of my elder colleague, Alhaji Bola Adedoja, the then National President of Nigerian Union of Journalists. Since that time, it has been waxing from strength to strength. I'm happy to inform you this evening that since its inauguration, the chapel had produced some of the state officers. These are Mr. Latif Dauda, who served as treasurer between 1982 and 1985. Mr. Mukaila Shubamu, who was the first vice chairman in 1985. Distinguished guests, tonight I would like to attest to the fact that some of the industrious, hard-working, dedicated men and women we have in Lagos State Civil Service belong to the Information Chapel of the NUJ. They work beyond the statutory closing time in the civil service, at weekends and during public holidays, without demanding any extra remuneration. It is the cooperation of the members of the chapel that makes it possible for the Bureau of Information to open 7 days a week. That we have industrial peace in the Bureau of Information is as a result of maturity and understanding that have always been displayed by the past and present executive of the chapel. I salute the past executives for the support they are giving to the state government, thus ensuring that government programs and policies are known not only within the borders of our great state, but also nationally and internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, there are executives and there are executives. The current executive members of the Information Chapel are, as I said earlier, dynamic and resourceful. They were sworn only on July 7, 1992. And if they have to be judged by the quantum of their achievements between then and now, I beat my chest proudly and I say that they have done very well. The trust fund we are gathered here tonight to launch with their work through Awaro Nite is their brainchild, their mind and presence. I wish this dynamic team more successes in the future. I want to appeal to you to donate generously to the trust fund, which is being set up for the welfare of journalists and improvement of the profession. Distinguished guests, it is my honor and privilege to invite you to drink a toast for the well-being and progress of Lagos State Information Chapel of the NUJ. Service, good health, and toast. Cheers. Thank you.
Who is fit? Who else can we call upon if not for Auntie Akweke Ogusowo? Ladies and gentlemen, shall we give Auntie Ogusowo a good round of applause, please? Yes, I'm sure.
The chairman of this committee of education and the chairman of the Lagos government, at this point in time, we are going to do the investigation of notable personalities who have contributed to Lagos State towards the enlightenment and grassroots mobilization in Lagos State. The first to be honored is the Director General of the committee, which will be honored tonight as the patron of the chapel. And on the right side, by next, Mrs. Ogusowo is appropriately requested by the gentleman and the architect. And this training revolves around the fact that she was responsible for molding the characters of the vast majority of in Nigeria who are following the daily times and the educational times and the deadlines, which is a news magazine that chronicles history and development in Nigeria and the world at large. This is Akweke Ogusowo has contributed towards the emancipation of Nigerian women. She is one of the women of what can be appropriately called women on silver and caterpillar in Lagos State. If we are to mention 5 prominent personalities in Lagos State who have contributed to lives of the people of Lagos, especially rural dwellers. This is to highlight what among the lost. Before assuming the mantle of leadership as the chief of people, she was formerly the Director General, State Commission for Women. And in that capacity, she has assisted tremendously in awakening consciousness among the women in our rural areas. In that respect, the Lagos State Information Chapel or Nigerian Union of Journalists has contributed to honor her for her contribution in the mobilization of rural dwellers and our aggressive complete enlightenment strategies, which is second to none. She is a public information formula par excellence. And on the authority of the Executive Council and members from the Lagos State Group of Information Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, I have the singular honor and privilege of presenting my mother, my mentor, my benefactor, my Director General, my most senior colleague, and the Agude, Mrs. Agude. Also, we are going to honor one of the stories of local government in Nigeria. If you talk about local government in Nigeria, starting from the era of the native authority, Lagos, the citadel of Nigeria, will come first. And Uta this year is the prince of the Lagos royal house, the house of Kashipa. Before us there is Prince Ademola Adeniji Adele, the son of Sam Sente Adeniji Adele, the son of Raimo Adele. So you have before me the Lord Mayor of Lagos Island local government. This night I am performing a function which my late father, Alhaji Bashir, and perform similarly to the father of the prince. So, on behalf of the Executive Council of the Lagos Information Chapel of Nigerian Information, I have the honor of investing Prince Ademola Adeniji Adele as patron of the chapel in recognition of his tremendous contribution towards the improvement of social life in Lagos State as well as public enlightenment efforts in Nigeria.
Of those who have been honored here tonight, it's really going to be a boring exercise because right at my fingertips, without not consulting any library or without not going to any dictionary, I have a list of achievements on my fingertips. But ladies and gentlemen, I would really not want to bother you. I would really not want to belabor you. But to whom honor is due, definitely we shall always honor them. They always say that the evil that men do lives after death. But I want to tell you here tonight that right in the lifetime of some people, their reward, although they are not teachers who have their reward in heaven, but I'm sure there are some journalists here and some local government chairmen and administrators here. They will definitely start having their reward right here on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please put our hands together for those who have been honored here tonight, please? Yes, thank you very much. We shall continue, ladies and gentlemen. with the special permission of those on the high table, I'm going to skip a little bit of one or two items on the program. Straight away now, we are going to launch the Appeal Fund. Like we all know, journalists are a group of people that are within, if you take a comparative study or a comparison of professions in this country, we happen to fall into the category of people, I cannot say worse than teachers, but definitely we still fall within the lower rungs of the ladder. We face a lot of hazards while carrying out our legitimate duties. We put in extra working hours without pay. And a lot of us who have passed through this stage, who are veterans, if you see them today, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a young journalist, you definitely have a look at yourself again whether it is proper to get into this profession. So, this and many more actually motivated the present executives to think about launching an appeal trust fund, which actually would take care of some of our members if they happen to fall a victim of any accident along the performance of their daily schedule. We also know that they face a lot of hazards while performing their profession and daily duties. It is some of these and many more that actually brought about this idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we now go into the launching of the Appeal Fund. Like we know, we have men and women of timber and caliber on this high table who are going to do justice to this trust fund. My chairman is telling me that we should start from the masses. But on the other hand, I thought that definitely this can never be so. If really we have a matron here, if really we have a patron here, if really we have distinguished Nigerians who love the profession of journalism, who know the importance of journalism profession, who knows that the men and women of timber and caliber that are made today were made by journalists. Ladies and gentlemen, we now do the launching proper. The patron, Prince Ademola Adeniji Adele, who is going to start the launching of this 5 million Appeal Trust Fund. Prince Ademola Adeniji Adele, please.
Chairman of the Infor Chapel, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the local governments, wish to express our appreciation to the Bureau of Information for the support which they have given us in the past 20 months during the discharge of our duties at our local government. Please can you applaud members of the honorable group. The testimony of this that I have decided to come personally, and I'm glad I'm here. I've seen Auntie Advocate. I was always reading her when I was younger. Incidentally, she's also a senior alumnus of the same university with me. And I also learned another piece of history tonight from the chairman, Mr. Usman. It's a very small world. As the business of the day is launching, we know the hazards faced by journalists and men of this and women of this profession. The most recent was the acid attack on the Concord editor in Kogi State. This type of thing needs some funds. Therefore, it's being approved that this hard-working executive has decided to launch this fund. It would have been our wish if economic condition has permitted to just between the local government contribute the 5 million. Unfortunately, we cannot do that. However, on behalf of my local government, the Lagos Island local government, we wish to make a pledge which should be redeemed through my information officer, a pledge of 25,000 naira. Furthermore, I promise to convey the news and the message to all other local governments who are not present there. While I cannot promise you they will give the same 25,000 naira, I assure you that please try and contact the bureau chairman through the information officers, and I shall give the message to them. I assure you it's not going to be too small, but they're going to do something. Thank you very much.
Mr. MC, I know for sure that you cannot compare me with the Prince Charles. Even if you say that I'm not a civil servant, but a political appointee, I am still within the public service, and as a result, I'm a civil servant. Prince Charles controls almost, anyway, he controls the whole local government. So, the comparison is not there, because he is a mayor, he is a chairman, he is a prince, and I believe it like that. So that when he comes with the donation he has given tonight, you will know that we are not operating at the same level. The chapel, as I said earlier, has been performing and performing very well. And because of this, the members need to be encouraged. Journalists all over the world are known to be the watchdogs of others. And while watching the interests of others, they forget themselves, the interests of themselves. And as a result, where you find some other people who are not doing as much public work as they do, you see them with all the needs of life. You see them with houses, we see them with cars, we see them with some luxuries. But that you cannot say of many journalists to the fore for that matter. But things are changing. They are now realizing that they should have to think of their future. This is why I applauded the Lagos State Chapel, Lagos State Council for launching the insurance scheme for journalists, be it in the media houses or in government. I therefore, on behalf of the guru, make the donation because they are not controlling any money, they are not collecting taxes like the Lagos Council, they are not charging for tenement rates, they are not asking for television and radio, they are not asking for equal licenses, etc. So, our funds are very, very limited. So, on behalf of the board, I donate a sum of 5,000 naira. And on behalf of myself and family, as poor as we are, but because the Lord chapel, I made a personal donation of an advance amount because I'm a civil servant.
Lagos Island of Government, Prince Adimola Adinjadele, formerly called Prince of Bodo, teaching rural information with applicable and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the legislative government, I have limited and not disclosed amount. First, I will give the personal donation of 100 naira.
On behalf of my father, I take the sum of 5,000 naira.
Adimola Adinjadele, son of Afidioma Adikeyame, Director General, Bureau of Education, Tourism and Culture, my boss, the personal representative of my former boss, Adishola Makode, I'm a veteran, he said, I believe I'm a veteran. But at the same time, I'm a retired man. I'm a retired man, but I'm not tired. And I'm retired people. They don't think about some of our money when you have to deal with so much more gratuity. I'm very little representation on behalf of myself and the family. I beg a sum of 1,000 naira.
Your business, my professional colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. The selection of our needs for tonight has been very, very difficult for the committee. But we try as much as possible to do our best. Let me assure every other person, for this year, some people who will win the award. Some of you will win next year. Please, if you are not one of the recipients for tonight, take heart. Next year is still there. We're going to do this in 3 stages. First, presentation for the veterans. Tonight, there are just 2. And the presentation will be done by Director General, Mr. Joseph Awaro Nite. Mr. Adeshomobi Adeshola Macaulay, who is represented here by his daughter. I will invite the MC to please read the citation. Please, Ms. Macaulay, will you step up?
Was born in Lagos 48 years ago, precisely 8th of May in 1944. Mr. Adeshola Macaulay is married with 4 children. He had his secondary education at government school, Okesuna, also at CMS Grammar School between 1958 and 1964. From there, he started his professional training. He attended International Federation of Journalists Training Course for Africa, where he had a diploma in 1967. International Institute of Journalism, Berlin, Germany in 1969, he also had a diploma. University of Chicago in Illinois, USA, a diploma in 1970. Royal Institute of Public Administration, where he attended a management course. He was a reporter in the Punch, Daily Express. He was a reporter of Nigerian Tribune, reporter sub-editor NBC News and Current Affairs Division. Mr. Macaulay also was a columnist for most group of newspapers. He was also a sub-editor African Services of Radio Berlin in Germany in 1969. Mr. Adeshola Macaulay was also head of information service of the Family Planning Council of Nigeria between 1970 and 1973. He was the public relations manager of LSDPC between 1973 and 1976. Mr. Macaulay also served as general manager of Radio Lagos and LTV8 between April 1981 to 1982. Mr. Macaulay was also a public relations manager of Chesbrook Products Industries Limited between 1982 to 1983 in March. Mr. Adeshola Macaulay, to date, is the public relations manager of Nigerian National Electrical Power Authority, which is NEPA. Also, Mr. Adeshola Macaulay was a former commissioner for information and culture in Lagos State between 1991 to 1992. Professionally, he's also done his best. He's a member of the Nigerian Union of Journalists. He's a member of the International Organization of Journalists, IOJ. He's also a member of Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Finally, Mr. Macaulay is also a member of the Ford Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together for Mr. Macaulay, please? We ever have in Lagos State. Alhaji Akinlade served as press secretary during the tenure of Mobolaji Johnson. He served as the press secretary during the tenure of Adekunle Lawal. He was the press secretary during the regime of Governor Ndubuisi Kanu. He was also press secretary during the time of Governor Obitu Ikue, while partly he was the press secretary during the tenure of Alhaji Lateef Jakonde. Ladies and gentlemen, Alhaji Akinlade, standing before you, came into the services of Lagos State in 1975. Between this period, he excelled and performed as a professional. Ladies and gentlemen, Alhaji Akinlade had his professional training in London. He also had a stint as a public relations man. Ladies and gentlemen, within this period, Alhaji Akinlade left the services of Lagos State in 1987. Shall we clap for Alhaji Akinlade, please? He will stand before kings. Standing before you is Emmanuel Sunday Ajayi, a young man who was born on the 7th of July 1957 and attended local authority primary school Ikara in Edo State between 1964 and 1970. After which he went to Ososo Grammar School, Ososo, Edo State between 1973 and 1977. Leaving secondary school in 1977, he worked with Thomas Wyatt Nigeria Limited, popularly known as the Apex Mill between 1978 and 1979. When he left for Lagos State Printing Corporation, where he was between 1980 and 1981, proceeded to the Publicity Department of the Governor's Office between 1981 and 1983, and thenceforth has been with the Bureau of Information, Tourism and Culture. His hobbies include designing your popular Nigerian dresses. He reads a lot and plays football and table tennis to unwind. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the namesake of our Lord Jesus Christ, Emmanuel Sunday Ajayi. A round of applause for him. And the citation has finally come to him. Bola Adeyemi was born on 3rd September 1959 in Yaba, Lagos. He attended Baptist Academy of Badiko and the University of Lagos, where he also had a postgraduate diploma in mass communication. While at school, he exhibited writing traces and was therefore made the editor of the press club at Mastercard. He was also the social secretary and house captain of the Willingham House at Mastercard. While in Unilag, he was chairman of the popular Henry Carr Hall and was a member of the soccer constituent to the Nuga Games of Unilag. He also headed the lawn tennis team of the Henry Carr Hall while there. As a prolific writer, he has written on media issues in Nigeria. Some of his writers include the problems in Nigeria, the adjustment of urban dwellers to the retrenchment exercise, and the public perception of the Nigerian armed forces. He has worked variously at Radio Nigeria Ikoyi, the Lagos State Ministry of Information. He was also at the editorial department of the Daily Times and Sunday Times. As a writer, most of our speeches you hear of government officials of the state have had to come through him. And I am sure you will agree with us that most of his write-ups that have been read by the government officials concerned have not only been thought-provoking, but have been upheld as policy pronouncements. A round of applause for Mr. Bola Adeyemi. Called OBG.
Come down to me here.
He was born in Lagos on April 14, 1992.
He attended the popular Tinubu Methodist School and the Ilesha Grammar School, Ilesha, between 1966 and 1970. He then left for St. Gregory's College for his higher school certificate and was also at the Overseas Film and TV Production Training Center in London. Later, he attended the London International Film School, London, between 1976 and 1988, where he obtained a diploma in the technique and art of filmmaking. He has worked briefly with the then Lagos State Ministry of Information and Tourism after his higher school certificate before proceeding to London. After the completion of his course in UK in 1978, he returned to Nigeria and continued working with the same ministry, which is now called the Lagos State Bureau of Information, Tourism and Culture, where he has been since then, since 1978. A keen sportsman, he enjoys playing and watching football when he has the time. That is when he's not on location. A round of applause for OBG.
You may like to ask me why. The fact is, you have to know the producer, scriptwriter, director, the editor, the cameraman, all the crew driver whenever we have production. We all work as a unit, hence film unit or crew. This award is not achieved due to my singular effort, but of all that makes the unit. Thank you very much.
He was born into a modest family at Abeokuta in August 4th, 1939. Mr. Ogusoya had his education at Aba, where he attended St. Michael's School in the then eastern state of Nigeria. He also attended Tinubu Methodist Church School between 1953 to 1955. Mr. Ogusoya gained admission into Ansarudin College in Solo, where he passed out in 1960. He worked briefly at Customs Apapa shortly after completion of his secondary education in 1960. Mr. Ogusoya began his professional career on the job in 1963 with the West African Pilot. He attended an intensive professional course sponsored by the International Federation of Journalists in Belgium at the University of Ibadan in 1964. Mr. Ogusoya left for Liberia, where he took up an appointment as the lead editor of one of the country's national newspapers. He left Liberia to study languages in France and Spain. In Las Palmas, Spain, he was appointed a staff of the Canary Island Sun, a weekly tourist newspaper owned by an American. Back home in Nigeria here, Mr. Ogusoya gained appointment with Nigerian foremost and articulate advertising and PR outfit, where he rose to become the project manager. Mr. Ogusoya started his service in the administration of Lagos State, where he served with the first civilian governor, Alhaji Lateef Jakande, as his press officer. And after this, he also served as image maker of Governor Bola Hamuda Ashiru Lawal. During his tenure with the first civilian governor, he led two most important state delegations between 1982 and 1983 as state official interpreter in Spanish language to Spain. Mr. Ogusoya has written a book on the healing power of citrus fruits. He also published some industrial formulas for those interested in small-scale industries. Mr. Ogusoya is an associate member of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and also a member of the Nigerian Institute of Journalists. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ogusoya speaks fluently English, Yoruba, Igbo, and Spanish languages. Shall we clap for Mr. Ogusoya, please? It's Mr. Bolaji Usman, who was born in a humble family at Obalende, Lagos, over 35 years ago. He had his secondary education at Ansarudin College. From there, he proceeded to Federal College of Education, Katsina. He had his professional training at the Times Journalism Institute at the Gomu. He also studied at the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bolaji Usman has worked I'm sorry please. Mr. Bolaji Usman was President Data Processing Workers Union. He was also President Lagos State Student Union. He was Secretary General Student Union. Mr. Uthman was also the scribe of Student Council of Times Journalism Institute. Presently, he is also one of the trustees of the Obalende Descendants Union. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you, Mr. Bolaji Uthman has produced publications on the history of Lagos, maize cultivation in Lagos State. He has also produced publications and some of the in-house publication focus series on Epe, Lagos, Ikeja, Ikorodu, Badagry. He has also written publications on our town series, the current one in circulation, titled Our Town Series on Odoragushi. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bolaji Usman, please. Olusegun Adedokun alias Baba Ijo. Olusegun Adedokun. Adesegun Adedokun. Mr. Adesegun Adedokun was born in Lagos, was born 39 years ago. He is an indigene of Oyo State and is married with 2 children. He attended Eco Boys High School, Mushin, Lagos between 1966 and 1970. From there, he proceeded to CMS Grammar School, Bariga, Lagos between 1971 and 1972. He attended University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife between 1974 and 1978, where he had his first degree in history and political science. He had his professional training at the International Institute of Journalists in Budapest, Hungary. He also had training in advanced journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adesegun Adedokun also attended Nigerian Institute of Journalism at Lagos, where he had his postgraduate diploma in journalism. Mr. Adedokun has attended workshops on information statistics, information dissemination to grassroots, speech writing course, communication chambers and strategies, workshop on civil service reforms, workshop on transition program, managerial effectiveness course, middle level management course, Commonwealth Public Relations course. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adeshegun Adedokun is a member of the Nigerian Union of Journalists. Also, is an associate member of Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. Mr. Adeshegun Adedokun, for you, please. Mr. Ademola Aziz, who is standing in for Otumba Musiliu Atolani Aloba, the chairman of Ibejuleki local government. Otumba Musiliu Aloba had his educational training at RCN School in Dotun. From there, he proceeded to Ansarudin School at Ekpe. He took correspondence course with Rapid Result College in marketing. Otumba Musiliu Aloba is married with children. Currently, the chairman of the Ibejuleki local government is being honored here tonight for outstanding performance in public dissemination of information and grassroots development. Ladies and gentlemen, representative of Ibejuleki local government.